Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the mighty New York favourite Richard Arnold and from the legend Dame Kelly Holmes.
All for the country.
All for you. All for you.
It's all for you. Dame Kelly Holmes, ladies and gentlemen. What a brilliant day yesterday, wasn't it?
Amazing.
Super Thursday. Take a seat, my love. Welcome to BT House at One in All. Dame Kelly. I know you love it when I call you that. It makes you feel a bit wizened, apparently. But you are a dame.
Can I get this higher?
Can you get that higher? Well, there's nothing like a frame of a dame. Well, that I'm dwarfed now.
There's big at the back.
You can see the big at the back. All right. Marvellous. I'm going to be taking questions for Dame Kelly from you guys. So start thinking, get the old grey matter working. I'm sure we're all pretty spent after what's been the most spectacular first week of the games. It's been extraordinary. I haven't brought the Daily Mirror on just to read to you. That's the sort of thing I suppose you find at the end of a festival with stars today. But a bit dull for the Olympics. I was just looking at the paper this morning with some of my colleagues at Daybreak. Tears of Hyde and a picture of William and Kate. Don't they look lovely? Don't they look lovely? But the tears from Hyde, I mean, that got me going yesterday. They're calling it Super Thursday.
Terrific
Extraordinary.
Thursday. I mean, come on. Super Saturday. Terrific Thursday.
Oh, terrific Thursday. All right.
You know, haven't they?
Did you get out the wrong side of your handbag this morning? You started already?
Every day. I've been up early.
What do you think of the form then so far, Dame Kelly?
No, it's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, you guys have all probably been cheering out like mad, haven't you? Yesterday was fab because, of course, the gold started coming in and now everybody's really kind of up for it. But I have to say that I'm really enjoying the sports that are getting more profile, like judo with Gemma getting a silver medal first time since Kate Howie got hers in since 2000 in Sydney. So that sport now will probably be saved from being relegated from funding for the next 4 years, so that's great. Shooting with Pete, getting a gold. You see, he's basically dropped to his knees.
Oh, he was just over the moon, wasn't he?
Over the moon. And then of course Chris Hoy, 5th gold medal.
Let's have a ripple. Let's have a ripple for Chris.
I'm liking your sign. Well
Dame Kelly Holmes, you legend.
So it still makes you feel good, that.
What am I, invisible? Can someone knock up a post-it for me? Yeah, that's about the size of it. And yes, see, that puts him in the league of Steve Redgrave, doesn't it?
Yeah, Steve Redgrave, and obviously Ben Ainsley's got, Wigo has got 4 golds, but he's on 7 medals, so yeah, he's all getting...
It was just extraordinary, you know, you monitor it every day and you think, well, where are we sitting in the medals chart? And we're 5 now.
Yeah.
Which is terrific. We're 5th in the league table.
We're 5th on the league table, yeah. Today we'll get loads more, definitely. Rebecca Adlington later, going in the 800 metres, freestyle. I'd put my money on that, definitely. A quid anyway, just in case. But no, I definitely Rebecca Adlington, I reckon. Jess has just run the best time for a heptathlete ever, 12:54.
Yeah, we've got to have a record for Jessica Ennis. I was watching that and it was absolutely extraordinary. It was a jaw-dropping achievement, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. She's on fire, but you know, don't get too excited yet. She's got 6 more events, and yes, she's running brilliant. But that is her best second event, if you know what I mean. Other than heptathlon, 100 metre hurdles is her best event. She's actually entered that as an individual as well, but she's going to make a decision a little bit later on after the heptathlon. If she doesn't get gold, you'll probably see her in the hurdles, and if she does get gold, she'll probably say, bugger off, I'm celebrating now.
I was watching it, I was just like jumping over things at home. It was just magnificent. Absolutely magnificent.
No, she's really good girl. She's a championship performer. She's got a lot to prove by kind of not getting her gold last year at the World, so, and it's on home turf, a lot of pressure, so she'll want to do really well with that, but you can never ever tell, and something with that many events.
Matter close to your heart, of course, it always feels with the Olympics, rightly or wrongly, that you know, once the rowing's over, we're moving swiftly onto the athletics, and it ramps up a gear, doesn't it?
Well, athletics is the Olympics, isn't it?
But you know what I'm saying. You're channeling Kate Garraway or something. Honestly, the women I have to work with.
No, anyway, honestly, it's been really good, but I've just literally come from the park now. I've just been watching women's handball, which I never ever seen handball before until 2 days ago. The girls, unfortunately, lost today, but they lost that day, and I went into the changing room, give them a little pep talk. They're a young team, and I think the next 4 years, because that game will now inspire so many other people, now it's kind of, everyone knows about it.
Well, everyone's become an expert in sports that they never even thought they'd be interested in.
Exactly. So I think in the next 4-year period, that game will really rise. But the track and field, you know when that started. You know, there's 80,000 people going into the stadium twice, 2 sessions today, and there's a massive buzz around it.
What's the atmosphere down there for those of us who haven't yet had a chance to get down to Stratford?
It's great, you know, this side of town there isn't obviously many people because they are all over there, and it is unfortunate for those that haven't got tickets, you know, but you're getting great views on the TVs, that's for sure, and of course stay here all day, you can see what you want. This BT place is brilliant.
Back and relax and enjoy the refreshments. That's it from us today. We're going to take some questions for Kelly. I'm sure you've got a few you'd like to banter with the Dame about with regard to Team D or indeed your own illustrious career, because of course you went for gold.
Once or twice, didn't you?
Once or twice?
Once or twice, yeah, not too shabby. Question, here we go, yeah. Chap in the front there. Just get the microphone to you, so we won't forget you guys up there either. Oh, we'll just get the mic.
Coming to you live in 5, 4.
Hi.
Here we go, we're back.
The obvious question to ask would have been what it felt like to win those 2 gold medals, but your facial expression said it all, and the joy, the happiness, the shock, the relief, everything came through, so I'm not going to ask about that. There was a lot of struggle for you to actually get to that point and win the medals, and I've got my 9-year-old and my 7-year-old with me today. And I just wanted to know about the sort of tips for them in terms of positive mental attitude and, you know, fighting through things and when things aren't going well for you, because, you know, obviously there was a lot that went into that moment. So just give them some tips.
Okay.
Go.
Well, first of all, being so young, and all the youngest here, I mean, my first tip is that you should try as many things. If you get the opportunity and you're able to do it, then try as many sports as possible, because, you know, I tried loads when I was younger. I tried ballet, I lasted 1 day. I tried gymnastics, I probably lasted.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Ballet?
Yeah, I was like an elephant. I was like, I'm not having any of that. I used to do the majorette thing with a baton twirl until they brought out the big fluffy uniform with this big brown fluffy hat. I was like, no way. And then eventually when I was 12, I was at school, and my PE teacher was the only teacher that told me I could be good at something, and she told me I should start running, so I started running, and I found that I was good at it, so that the enjoyment came out of that. But it was through trying lots of other things that I realised I wasn't good at. So I then found something that I wanted to do, and I'd always say that, you know, everyone loses something, you know, because there's only one winner at the end of the day. But losing or failing or not feeling that you've achieved your best, if you feel kind of bad inside about that, that's actually a really good thing to feel, because actually it means you want to be better. And then you have to find ways of just bettering yourself, and sometimes it takes a long journey. You know, I dreamt of being Olympic champion when I was young, and it took me 20 years to get there. I'm not saying anything about age.
No, I haven't said a thing. Don't let you start with me again.
Don't start. It took me a long time to get there, you know, and I lost a lot of races, I had a lot of tears, a lot of injuries, but through perseverance, having a dream, which was the most important thing, to have a dream, know where you want to go, and then if you work hard at something and you believe in yourself, you can get there in the end.
Well, when you look at someone like Heather as well, of course, in the rowing, Helen, I beg your pardon, who was the primary school teacher, who, you know, found herself slumped in front of the TV on the sofa, watching the Olympics in Beijing, and 4 years later...
Yeah. Well, Helen, she actually was invited to come on a thing called Giants, kind of, what's it called now? Something Giants anyway. And it was basically to try and find big people, tall people, 4 years ago. It was started by Steve Redgrave, and they wanted to find all these tall people that might be interested in sport. And she came into that programme, and 4 years later she becomes Olympic champion. Sometimes it's about opportunity and actually having the foresight to go for it. If you see an opportunity, you have to go for it, because you never know what's going to happen, and that's what she did. You know, she wasn't a sporty person at all. She'd started rowing a little bit for fun. She saw this advert, she went for it, and now she's got a gold medal around her neck.
She got gold medal there, absolutely. Thanks for your question, sir. More questions for Dame Kelly. Chap in the front here sporting the Union flag, cutting a dash.
I'm a primary school teacher,
And I was wondering, what would your message be to any child who has not yet got into the school or has not yet took part in any extracurricular activities? So, the current inactive, what would you say to those people to get them active?
I think that's probably one for me. I was one of those kids. But anyway, go on.
Well, the thing is, I mean, when you're talking about getting people active, it's not about everybody wanting to be Olympic champion. Of course, this is going to inspire so many young people or people that are active and sporty to think, oh, that's great. But there's a whole, you know, another half of people that kind of need to look at sport as a life-changing event, you know, from a health benefit, for giving confidence, building self-esteem, working together in a group of people, being able to work as a team, communication skills, self-belief, all of those things that actually sport brings together. And then when you're talking about young women, I see a lot of young girls here in front of me today, body image and everything, you know, sport and being active lifestyle is what's going to give you the image that you want, not eating and, you know, looking like somebody in a magazine that's been airbrushed. You know, at the end of the day, I think that this Games will bring so many more sporting role models to show that it's fine to do sport, it's good to do sport, because actually, you know, you can get something out of it positive in your life.
It's been a phenomenal Games, hasn't it, for women in particular?
Does that mean you'll visit my school?
Does that mean you'll visit my school? Well, you have to do more than that to get me there.
Yeah. Put it this way, she ain't cheap. You've seen the thing she's got on her hand.
50,000 people on Twitter ask me that, so you're going to have to get on your knees and beg.
You are cooking on that. Questions for Dame Kelly. We've got one just over here, young lady over here who seems to have had a hand up for a while. Thanks, chaps. Welcome to BT Live.
Okay, how many medals have you won overall?
Oh, wow. What, big ones or like school and everything like that?
Or like in the Olympics?
Okay, so I have won. I'll go through them really quick, but got time, have we?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Fast, can't wait.
Okay, I'm going to go through them all now. Okay, my first medal was actually a European silver medal. A year after I started back as an international athlete, I was in the army, for those that don't know, for 10 years, and during that career, the military guys, I have to say, are doing really, really great back there. I think we should give them a round of applause. Those military guys are brilliant. But anyway, so I was in the army for 10 years, gave up my junior international athletics career at the age of 18, joined the British Army. I dreamt of being in the army since I was 14, to be a physical training instructor and also to be an Olympic champion. That was my two dreams when I was 14, and I've achieved them both, I'm pleased to say. So my first medal was European silver, followed by Commonwealth Games gold, followed by 2 World Championships medals in 1500 and 800 metres, followed by
You started this.
silver at the bronze at Olympic Games, silver at Commonwealth Games, World Championships indoor silver, World Championships outdoor silver, Commonwealth Games gold, European bronze, 2 gold medals.
And she's not reading that. She's not reading that at all. I collected a lot of Lego when I was younger. 4 questions for Dame Kelly. Here we go. Oh, we've got a little my time of life. Come around here, young lady.
Hi, I've got
Run through the set, yeah?
10-year-old son with me who's keen on athletics, and we wanted to know when you chose to do the 800 and the 1500, at what age were you when you actually chose to do your specific event?
Okay, I was a 1500 metre runner when I was younger, and I ran for juniors. I did do 1 800 metres, which I won the Mini Youth Olympics gold medal. When I stood on that rostrum, I have to say I was 16 years old, and I stood on the rostrum with the national anthem playing. It was just like an Olympic Games, but obviously a lot smaller. And I remember standing on there thinking, I wonder when I grow up one day whether this will ever come true. So when I won my gold medal in the 800 metres, when I was a lot older, I remember back to then when I was 16. But, so I was a 1500 metre runner really when I was younger. The only reason I started doing 800 and 1500 metres is because when I came back into the sport and I was a bit older, as I said, I was 23 then, 800 seemed a lot better and easier and shorter than the 15, so I actually started running the 800 metres just because I thought, oh god, I can't be doing 1500.
1500's a bit of a stretch.
But then I got injured quite a lot, so I couldn't do the power and the strength training, so I was able to do more endurance work in the gym, which made me be able to do the 1500 a lot better. So I ended up doing both, 8 and 15. I don't really know what one my best was, because I won 5 medals in the 800 and 5 at the 15 at top level, and then those 2 golds. So, but you don't have to make a decision at a young age. That is one thing I will say. And you shouldn't, because actually you change physiologically. You grow tall. You know what? Well, I didn't, but most of you will grow. You know, you'll get stronger or taller, and
do you feel better now?
I do, thank you. Most of you will change, you know, physically. So actually what you're good at now, you might be completely different at later on. So I think you should make sure that you do try lots of different events, lots of different sports. Find something you really like, because that's what you'll stick at. That's what you'll stick at, the one thing that you really like. Because when you do sport, you have to commit to it. You have to go training. There's not one Olympian out there that doesn't train, doesn't miss their training, you know? Sorry, that does miss their training, doesn't miss their training. That's right? God, I can't think. But no, honestly, you have to find something you like. Don't worry about specialising until you get to an age, probably as an athlete, if you're a runner, about 13, 14. You'll start to get into the kind of discipline that you like, and then by the time you get 15, 16, you'll know whether it's the right one for you or not. All right?
Best of
so enjoy it at the moment. Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah, enjoy it. That is the key.
There's someone up there that
we've got questions up here, young man. He's chatting away now.
I don't know if he was just.
You got any questions up there in the cheaper seats? Go on.
Go on then.
So any other sports apart from the one you're clearly very good at and excelled at with the 10 medals? Which never 12. It's 12. Sorry, we never tire hearing about them. What another sport that you would have taken up, perhaps?
Well, actually, when I was in the army, that's a good question. When I was in the army, I was army judo champion, so I think I would have carried on that if I didn't come back into my athletics. I did volleyball as well, but it's a height thing. But I think I would have carried on with judo, to be fair. Yeah.
That answers your question. But in judo, yeah. And of course she's a champion in it. Is anyone else finding this a bit grating? Yeah.
Shy people up there.
Any more questions? Oh, yeah, chap at the back there, yeah. There you go, young man. That's you.
Okay.
Yeah.
With so many medals, where do you keep them?
Well done.
Oh, that head went like that, it's like tennis.
How many downstairs toilets do you have?
Where do I keep? That's a good question. Not that I've lost them, but I'm just trying to.
They're on eBay. Everybody, run! Start googling.
My gold medals I normally take around with me most places, so I haven't today, but because I'm all over the place, I didn't fancy losing them in the park somewhere. My other medals, actually, some of them are kind of just locked away, because obviously the golds took precedence. No one cares about bronze and silver anymore, do they? No, I worked hard for them, but no, it's all about the gold. And actually, I've got in my house, you probably wouldn't know that I live there, sort of thing, until you go up to top floor, and then there's a room that's like my shrine. You know, it's kind of got everything, all my trophies and my spikes and my tops and my numbers, and yeah, it's just like this one big room that's got everything in there.
Is anyone in the audience got a room like that about Dame Kelly that we should be aware of? Just with security, not quite as tight as we thought it might be. Question over here. Thanks, young man.
Can I firstly just say a big thank you for all you've done to raise the profile of sport, particularly women's sport, and minority sports like hockey, which is my sport. I'm supposed to ask you from my niece whether you think the girls will medal in the hockey, but I'm not going to ask that.
Oh, can I answer? Because I do think they will.
Yeah, well,
I seriously think they will.
I think if they don't medal this time, they probably never will. So
no, it's got to... Totally. I'm right behind the hockey. I was there last night. Yeah. So my voice is a bit...
Yeah, well, you were getting us a shout, weren't you? So that was great. But actually, you were one of those iconic images when we got the games in 2005, jumping up and down next to Steve Cram. How do you think it's going, and how do you think it's being perceived by the rest of the world?
You were there at Trafalgar Square, weren't you?
I was there at Trafalgar Square. I can't believe it's 7 years on. Some of these weren't even born then, were they? I think it's going really well. I really do. I think... in terms of the events, the organisation of the events, the atmosphere within the stadia, of course the actual achievements, performances, I think are doing fantastically well. I think the opening ceremony was brilliant. The Queen, wasn't she good? Queen! I mean, what an actress! Brilliant! Someone, do you know what? Somebody actually, this elder lady actually said, oh, wasn't she good for 84 jumping out that helicopter? I really thought she did.
She's got a mother's genes, that's why.
No, but anyway, opening ceremony was great. That kind of started it off. Of course, on the road races, that was great. And you've got the triathlon starting tomorrow here in Hyde Park, so the atmosphere's been brilliant. The athletes, I have to say, I get to go in the village, which is brilliant, because of course you get to speak to the athletes and find out really how they're feeling. And they just said that the home crowd is lifting their spirits no end. You know, no matter where they come, they're all going away saying, you know, the best thing about performing was the fact that the home crowd were there today, because no one's ever competed in something like that. No one. And so it's just unprecedented what's going on.